Okay, here's how I boil my eggs. So I put the eggs that I want in a pot, and then I fill it just enough to cover the eggs, and then I'm going to take the eggs out and I'm going to put them in a bowl and then boil my water. The reason I do this way is because I just want to make sure that I have enough water to do what I need to do and not have the pot overflow while it's boiling on the stove. Okay, now that the water's on a good rolling boil, we'll use a slotted spoon to gently set the eggs in the water. Okay, now that all the eggs are back in the water or into the water, it'll take just about a minute, maybe a little bit more, for that water to come back to a boil. And for my altitude, I'm going to set my timer for 13 minutes. And once they're back on the boil, which they are, we'll start the timer and it'll go for 13 minutes. And then while that's happening, I'm going to do a bowl of ice so that the water will get nice and cold. All right, so here's the bowl of ice water, and that gives it, 10 or 12 minutes to get nice and cold before we drop the eggs in it. You'd start this earlier if you want, but I haven't found that I needed to. Okay, once they're done boiling, we're gonna put them in the ice bath, and they will sit in the ice bath for at least 15 minutes. And I'll be back in 15 minutes. All right, let me see if I can do this one-handed. So, drop the egg in a heavy cup, or heavy glass rather, rotate it around a bit. All right, so take the egg, heavy glass, shake it around a little bit. You can also run it under warm water and that'll help. But for the most part, the egg comes right off. Rinse it off, and then I dry them before I store them, just because I don't want my container to be full of egg water. All right, so here's how they turned out. Ready to eat. I'm also baking the eggshells in the oven for about an hour, maybe a little bit more, just to dry them out really good so I can crush them into a powder so that I can use them in my aquarium to feed my snails and put on my tomato plants or anything else that I want to use for it.